You know, there's an ancient saying, give a man a fish and he can eat for a day. Give Mario a gun and you can make a tactical RPG that apparently works. A snazzy new intro as well, apparently, like really low quality. I apologize about that. It's mostly because I'm just using like Adobe something on the phone, like a quick little video editor. I also apologize if the quality of the video is a bit off because it's nighttime, as you can pretty much see through the curtain there. I'm using basically the main light and it's not fantastic, so there are going to be problems with this first edition episode of basically, it's like a, I don't know what it is, kind of a vlog, if you will, about my impressions of anything, like anything video game related. You know, just I was thinking of a name for the show, and instantly, because I had a cup of tea in my hand, I thought, let's go with MiniMug. You know, fits in, mini virginity and all that. So yeah, welcome to the first episode of MiniMug. Today is the main topic. It is, of course, this thing back here, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and my first impressions of it. Now, I haven't played that much of it. I've got to, I think it's like World 1-6, but I wanted to do a first impressions, and I felt that at least, 6 chapters in, let's see how this goes. Let's see, because it's the chapter after the first mid-boss, which is Rabbid Plant, which, once again, great naming convention, guys. So, let's go through what we know so far, okay? The story first, which originally, when I first heard about it, I honestly thought it was going to be just a random Bowser hires the Rabbids kind of story. That's the story that I was thinking it was going to be, because it's been Bowser for so many years. With like every Mario game, it's going to be Bowser. But this time it wasn't. It was a brand new story of some cases. This kid technician creates a headset that allows her to fuse 2 items together. It doesn't matter about their if they have similar properties or anything like that. There doesn't seem to be any reason for it. It's just she looks at 2 items, it targets those 2 items, and it fuses those 2 items together. She leaves it alone, and then of course the Rabbids come in, screw up everything, and then they get transported to Mario's world. But I don't exactly know, because the way that they're showing it is that Mario's world is a world within this universe. The kid has posters and figures, so basically it's probably a video game, like how it is over here. So to fuse with it, you'd have to go into the video game world, but I don't know exactly like what happens. But yeah, the Rabbid with the headset gets fused with it and ends up accidentally causing a riot because it's scared. The headset's going ballistic, basically, infusing Rabbids left, right, and centre with different items, and it's all manic. And yeah, the main quest is to basically stop that Rabbid, which isn't really a bad guy. It's more of just a victim of circumstance, if you will. And you know what? For a story, like I said, I thought was just going to be Bowser hires the minions, Bowser kidnaps Princess Peach, and they have to go off on this adventure. I was quite impressed that they went the extra length to create a new story, like something that hasn't been done within the realms of Mario's universe. It's weird to see that. But once again, we got to remember that this is a Ubisoft game, not a Nintendo game. A lot of people are going to make that argument, like, oh, it's not a Mario game because it's made by Ubisoft. But you got to remember that Nintendo probably had their hand in this very deep. This is Mario at the end of the day, and Nintendo doesn't just give out Mario and expect companies to go like, oh, we have Mario, we can do whatever the hell we want with him, while Miyamoto is just staring at them from the screen of their office, like. That's probably how it went down. Ubisoft was probably given quite a lot of liberties, but overall, they probably had to adhere to Nintendo sensibilities. It still has Peach, it still has Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Toads and Toadettes are in there. It's a Mario story, it just has the Rabbids in there. We'll get back to the whole crossing of the Mario and Rabbids. That's basically the last topic I want to talk about. Next we have gameplay. Let's go on to gameplay. Gameplay is a tactical RPG, or a TRPG, where you're given a group of 3 people, which has to be Mario and then 2 other characters, and it can either be Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, or the Rabbid counterparts of the Mario characters. You're given those 3 characters, and you get... there's 2 modes of gameplay. There's the exploration mode, which is just basically going from point A to point B just to get to the next battle. There are coins to collect, there are simple puzzles to do, like a cannon, or pushing blocks from what I can see, but I can't activate yet. That mode of gameplay, I gotta be honest, it's good as a breather between the TRPG battles, and while the TRPG battles themselves are good, and I'll get to them, it's good to have that moment where it's not just constant RPG battles one after the other. There's these exploration moments with their own little things in there to keep us entertained. You know, that's where the exploration part is where the true Rabbid humor comes out, because you'll see Rabbids doing random things in the background, and you can press A and you can focus on those certain Rabbids doing those certain things, and the little Roomba thingy, the thing that you technically control in this, you control the Roomba and the characters just follow you, called Beepo. He comments, or she comments on the what's happening. So say you're let's think of an example. Just imagine that there's at one moment I remember there was a rubber duck with a spiked collar on there in a toilet, and that's in the background, but you can press A on it and Beepo, and the camera will zoom towards that item to focus on this, I repeat, rubber duck with a spiked collar in a toilet, and Beepo will comment on it. In this case, he just said, I don't know how to explain it, and I don't particularly want to. And it's just that kind of humor. That's where the true humor comes out in this game, when it's just you exploring the levels. It's not as much as, say, the Paper Mario series or the Mario and Luigi Superstar games, but it's not trying to be. It's trying to be its own thing, and that's what I gotta look at it as. But at the same time, it is still a Mario RPG. I do have to kind of compare it to the Paper Mario and the Mario and Luigi series, because it's, gotta be honest, the best one we've had so far. In terms of recently, I mean, we had Dream Team Brothers, which was okay. Then we had Sticker Star, which, I'm sorry, for any Sticker Star enthusiasts out there, if you enjoy the game, you are free to express your opinions in that way. But I did not like it. I thought it was a terrible Paper Mario game. And I started with Super Paper Mario, what a lot of people consider one of the worst ones, and I really enjoyed that. When I played Thousand Year Door, though, I realised where all the hate was coming from, but I still enjoyed it. Sticker Star, on the other hand, was a complete mess. Then we got Color Splash, which was a slightly better mess, a more controlled chaos mess, much like this alcove you're currently in right now. But yeah, it was okay. The second bit of gameplay is the tactical RPG parts. You're given 3 people in the party, and you can either move, attack, or use a special ability. But unlike a lot of other RPGs, tactical RPGs, where you can move and use an attack or special, this works very differently, where you can use both the attack and the special. Along with that, wherever you're moving to, if you cross paths with a Rabbid, you can select him and keep moving forward, and you can attack him on the way in this slide thing. So there's a lot of opportunities. I feel that the game has a lot of opportunities when it comes to RPG. It's taken the basic tactical RPG gameplay that we've seen in a lot of games for years and years, and made it its own thing, given it its own Mario and Rabbids twist, which I find really, really good. I would definitely say that that's the main gameplay, and while it does get repetitious, much like a lot of tactical RPGs, first of all, if you play tactical RPGs, you'll be fine. This is pretty much the same thing, but with no real level up. you have skill trees, which you can get new abilities, but there's no real level up, so you don't feel that your characters get more powerful. You just feel that you're adding more abilities on there to go through the missions, which is fair enough. I mean, once again, it's a kid's game. But for a kid's game, I gotta be honest, this game does get difficult. It was pretty smooth sailing for the first 4 chapters, and then when I got to the mid-boss, I was surprised that it's just... the difficulty just immediately just went bang, you're on hard mode now. There is an easy mode, but am I going to touch that? No. At the end of the day, I'm not a kid. But I can imagine that any kid that plays this, you're going to want to try them out on the easy mode first, because this game has a lot of options for you to choose from, and I feel that that is a really good thing. It allows for tactical combat. You can decide, do I keep Mario here, or do I slide him over, use this, move him to a certain place, hit him with, hit the piranha plant, and then use my hero sight, which will then allow me to go about hitting any enemy that comes in my line of sight, Or you can just say, I want to stay here, and I want to use Mario to help with the team jump ability, which is where you can select, say, Mario, put him to Peach Rabbid, and then they'll do this jump where Mario can go even further than before. So, like I said, there's a lot of options there that allows for the combat to be something different. It's not Disgaea, it's not trying to be Fire Emblem, which I thought was going to be like the main thing they were going to draw from. It's Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which I have no problems with. Like a new kind of tactical RPG, that's something I've been waiting for, because a lot of them follow the same formula. Presentation-wise, I finally have a Switch game, apart from Splatoon 2, that looks like a Switch game. It feels like a Switch game in terms of presentation, because the models for every single character, look at gameplay, don't look at the pre-rendered cinematics, look at gameplay cutscenes. The models are so slick, every character looks better than it's ever done before, and it looks fantastic. The game looks beautiful. It looks like Ubisoft had taken it, so it looks enough like a different game, but enough like the Mushroom Kingdom at the same time, with Rabbids influences in there as well. The soundtrack, Grant Kirkhope, man, I gotta give you a cheers there. Sip of tea for Grant Kirkhope, because he's done a stellar job at doing a soundtrack which you can tell it's him. Like, if you listen to any track, you can tell that that is the guy who wrote the Banjo-Kazooie music. But at the same time, it still keeps to that Mario tune. The best one I can say, listen to Mario plus Rabbids' version of Peach's Castle from, I think it's N64. The Super Mario 64, the one, yeah, when he's in the castle, Peach's Castle theme. It sounds brilliant, and oh god, the animation as well. It all feels like a nice cartoon, and I gotta give it credit. And like I said, the Rabbids models are brilliant. And this is the thing, they didn't just go with the plain white Rabbids. Because of the whole story of fusing the two worlds, they fused Mario influences, or even just art stuff, with Rabbids. And this gives the game a kind of personality, because you're not just fighting the same white rabbit or the same white giant rabbit. You're fighting a rabbit that has fused with a paintbrush, so it has weird purple designs on him, and a mohawk. It's and a rabbit with a spring, fused with a spring, so it can do the team jump attacks. It's all makes it feel like there's different characters. It's not just the same rabbit. There are different types every single time. Even the Piranha Plant boss, Rabbid Plant, which, by the way, I was right on those cards. It makes it feel different, because it's not just a Piranha Plant. It's a Piranha Plant boss, but not like PT Piranha at the same time. It gives it its own spin, and this is something that then brings on to the collaboration part of Mario plus Rabbids. When I first heard the rumours, once again, I was like, this can't be true. There's no way they can fuse the Mario and Rabbids universe. It's fine. And when the trailers show up, they look so glaringly out of place. But when you play the game, it starts to feel a little bit better. I think it helps that the 4 main Rabbids that you play as are cosplays of Mario characters, because it gives you that uncanny valley of, oh, it's something different, but there's Mario on it, so I'm going to be at least okay with it. And I'm just so glad that they did this. That there's different... I would say that the opening cutscene is when you feel that the Rabbids may have gone too far with this, because it's just the plain Rabbids. You know, they're just there, they're screaming, and they're like that all the time. They're screaming, kicking, doing something stupid, falling off a cliff, and then the others are laughing at him or something like that. But it's most notable when they're just the Rabbids, the plain white, minion-esque Rabbids, even though the Rabbids were minions before minions were a thing. But when they're the plain white Rabbids, yeah, that's when you can kind of think, oh, is this going to work? But when they start fusing with different elements and they start taking on an even more cartoony feel, that's when you feel that this can work. You see the two Rabbids of each one together, like you see Luigi and Rabbid Luigi, who act exactly the same. But then you see Peach and Rabbid Peach, which... You know, Rabbid Peach is immediately like, ugh, who the heck is this? You know, don't stay away from my Mario kind of thing. You know, it gives it its own personality. This game has so much charm and so much personality to it that I think that, honestly, even if you're not a Rabbids fan, check out some gameplay videos. Check out maybe a cutscene or two. See if you can at least stand the Rabbids. If you can't, then I can understand. But if you're like me, and once again, you've been playing the Rabbids games for quite a long time, or you can at least stand the Rabbids enough to find a decent game within this silly crossover that everybody was saying shouldn't have happened, I honestly think that you're going to have a very good time with this. And I could feel that this is, along with Splatoon 2, the first, like, must-have Switch game. And I don't say that lightly, because you look at the Switch library so far. We have plenty of games to choose from. We have ARMS, we have Splatoon 2, we have Mario Kart 8, we have Breath of the Wild, Super Bomberman. But if you take away, say, the ports, and then the games that just didn't do that well, or just, I can't recommend to everybody, I honestly feel that Mario plus Rabbids is the first proper adventure game, first single-player game that I can honestly recommend for the Switch. It has everything there that a Switch game needs. Enough innovation to feel like it's a different game outside of the Mario universe. The portability factor, TRPGs I find are fantastic on portable consoles and on home consoles, and it's got Mario in there. It's weird that we have a non-Nintendo Mario adventure before the main Mario adventure, but just wait until next time when I'll probably be screaming my head off of why you should immediately buy Super Mario Odyssey. I don't know what I'm doing next, unfortunately, because pre-orders and special editions are a little bit hazy at the moment. I think during the Christmas season there's not many of them, and I don't think there's many game reviews, but you know what? I'm enjoying this series. I'm enjoying just talking about a video game, and I might do this a bit more, maybe with more Switch games. Please give me a comment down below if you feel that you'd like me to do more of this, or if you completely hate me, which is completely fine too. But yeah, Mario plus Rabbids, I give a very strong recommendation. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, MiniFridginthia on MiniMug. Out. Hey guys, if you like this, then please consider subscribing to the channel. Click the bell icon so that you can see whenever I upload new stuff, and check out my other stuff. I've got plenty of reviews and unboxings on the way and already uploaded to the channel. If you'd like to see what I do outside of YouTube, I do have a Facebook page, which is MiniFridginthia, a Instagram, which is also MiniFridginthia, or check me out on Twitter, @MiniandAmster. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, MiniFridginthia, out.